Good day. It's the 15th of June, 2022, and I'd like you to keep that in mind as we chat about travel topics today because, well, a month from now or 3 months from now, things might have been changed. I'm Rudy Maxton. I'm a travel journalist and broadcaster. I'm joined by my friend and business partner, Tommy Danielson. Tommy has been involved for years in frequent flyer programs. And I don't know. How do you describe yourself, Tommy? I've never had to do it in two sentences.
I like
Okay, perfect.
to look at myself as the janitor, the guy who stays behind the scenes and does things.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
all of
yeah.
these broadcasts we've been doing lately has been quite an eye-opening thing because I usually am the one who makes things happen and don't like to be in the front and center. But that's kind of what it is. But I've been working, and it comes from traveling for business to 300,000 miles a year. And then moving into being an expert in loyalty programs and loyalty strategy and making that into a business.
All right, try to get that down to two sentences for the next time we do this. But
there we go. Or we can just not talk about it at all.
Tommy and I are also co-owners of a small upscale European tour company. We take very small groups to great places in Europe called Maxa Tours. You can find information at maxatours.com. So we are in business together, but we thought we'd do this. I have a head cold. I think I sound better than I did yesterday, but
you do.
But I'm getting there. But anyway, I've got a head cold, but I still have been keeping up with the news. And I suppose the biggest news is this flooding because of one of these streams in the air of Yellowstone National Park, so that the northern part of the park will be, you won't be able to enter through Montana for the rest of the year, probably, because so many bridges and roads are locked out. Now, the southern part, which of course is the most popular because you've got Old Faithful and Yellowstone Lake, et cetera, is closed till Sunday of this week, says the National Park Service. I guess they hope to reopen by Monday, but if you have an imminent travel plans, you might want to check on that. So Yellowstone isn't totally closed, but you're going to want to know what entrance you're going to use. Make sure, and just even leaving aside this weather catastrophe for part of the park, some national parks are requiring advance reservations to enter. I don't know which gate or if any at Yellowstone require that, but go online and check or call the National Park Service and find out. So there's my first story for today.
Yeah, it's been an interesting weather situation in the last few years in California. I live, not that far, a couple of hours away from Yellowstone, and the weather has been up and down, I think is the best description, but a lot of drought, and we had over 100 degrees last week, and then it was just 72 for the early part of this week. So
it was 96 here in Minnesota yesterday, Tommy, and it's a pleasant 75 now, but it's going to be 102 on Monday in Minnesota.
Right, in Minnesota in June. I'm in Chicago right now. We're having the same weather, plus 5 degrees right now. There was a tornado that went through town. I'm actually we have our loyalty summit here tomorrow. There's a screen that's going to go back up there a little bit later. But we're in Chicago now, and it was the Uber driver, an eccentric lady from Mexico with a disco lights in her Sienna, told us yesterday there was a tornado that went through here the other week, the other day, so on Monday. So that's crazy stuff, and it's 95 right now, and we're going to the Cubs game. We have 80 people going to the Cubs game this evening at 7. Hopefully it'll cool down a little bit, but I don't think so, because when we landed it was in the 90s still at 11:30 p.m. last night.
Well, another item that I found interesting, I know many of our viewers are familiar with the Aman Resort chain of very luxurious hotels. I don't think I've ever stayed at Aman Resort. I've visited a couple, but I've never been able to afford it. I mean, it could be easily $1,700 a night. Most are located in sort of natural surroundings, fairly rural areas. Not all, but they're going major urban. By the end of this month, Aman expects to open its first 93-room hotel just opposite Trump Tower on Fifth Avenue.
Right.
And that's going to be really interesting. I don't know the room rates yet, but they'll be high, I can assure you. But they shouldn't be as high as $1,700. But it's going to be all suites, so they're going to get a pretty penny for whatever they put up there.
Yeah, usually it's a little bit of tad above, and also with the suite properties. But there's a lot of luxury hotels in New York on Park Avenue, including the Four Seasons, which is actually closed right now in New York for complete renovation.
Which one? 57th Street?
Yeah, the one that's close to the park is closed, I
I
think,
didn't know that.
until November.
I did not know that. Interesting.
Yeah, so they've been closed for a while. It's been a lot of these full refurbishments going on where they close it down. Same thing here. I'm in where I'm Chicago right now. The Park Hyatt, which is like a luxury hotel.
Mhm.
I mean, I wouldn't go in as far as saying it's a super luxury hotel, especially since it's really noisy because of the hospital that's next door. But they've shut down the doors and they're doing a complete refurbish, just like the Four Seasons in New York is doing. You still have the downtown, the newer property is open, but yeah, if you go to the website, it is closed.
Wow. Well, that is a hotel I stayed in a lot, and I always liked it. And it's hard to even imagine they need to refurb it, but I haven't stayed in it. And well, nobody's stayed anywhere for a couple of years, so
Right.
it probably needs it.
All right. I have one thing that
Go
that
right
I
ahead.
wanted to share is that Carnival Cruise Lines is back with it, and your friend Chris, who's the PR guy there, he's
He
I
is.
just noticed that there was a new ship that's coming out. They're finally being a little bit aggressive of rolling out new ship, and the new one it's called the Luminosa.
The Luminosa. I like that.
Right.
Wow. How many people do you know?
So let's see here. It is 2000. So it's hang on.
260.
So it's actually it's a ship, 13-year-old vessel. It's not brand new. It's a Costa ship, which is a sister line of so
Right.
Carnival owns a lot of cruise line, and one of them is Costa Cruises, which is the one
They ran into the island and
ran into the ground. The captain wanted to wave to his neighbor or some girl he knows.
literally,
Like
and
that.
you are not exaggerating. If you
Right.
didn't, a lot of people might not remember it, but it was in Italy, and the captain got too close to rocks, and because he wanted to wave to his family or somebody, and
Right.
a disaster. And
Yeah.
anyway, so this is remade. It says it
It's
looks like
remade. It's a 13-year-old ship, and the Costa Luminosa is it holds 2,260 people, and it's going to be rebranded as a Spirit class ship. Is what it's the same size as that. So for those who like Carnival, it's good to. It's actually good for me to see that the cruise companies who have been the ones who are struggling by far the most with various getting people to buy back in is now rolling out, and we're seeing a lot of aggressive moves, which is great.
where is it sailing? Do you know? Is it
It doesn't say for now, but let me read the article again.
maybe
It's
Mediterranean in the winter, in the Caribbean?
yeah. So it says here, actually, it is correct. It's going to be based in Australia. It looks like it. So it looks like it's
Oh.
specific itineraries for the vessel after it begins sailing out of Brisbane. It will be in visits to the Great Barrier Reef. It will go to New Caledonia, Port Vila, and Vanuatu, and Papua New Guinea, and Fiji.
Oh,
So
so
it'll
we
be
will
like
not see it
specific,
we won't see it in the Atlantic Ocean then. Huh? Okay.
yeah. Now, a lot of ships are there. I think it's cool that they're now making themselves available for cooler areas of the area for the world, so we don't keep doing Caribbean until we're blue in the face, right?
Right. Well, I mentioned that the Aman Resort is opening at the end of this month in New York City, on Fifth Avenue. Another thing happening at the end of the month on June 30th is Spirit Airlines is going to announce whether it's going to stick with its original suitor, which is Frontier Airlines, or the suitor that came in a little later and offered about $500 million more dollars, which is JetBlue. JetBlue has been running media. I've gotten social media tags from JetBlue promoting itself as the appropriate bride for Spirit. I don't know if you have, Tommy. I thought that was rather interesting. I've never seen a merger pitch coming into my.
Yeah, JetBlue wants that merger to happen very much with them, and personally, JetBlue is known as more of an upscale low-cost carrier, which really isn't a low-cost carrier. It's New York's carrier, if you will,
Right.
and they offer a very decent service with their mint cabins to various markets out of New York and also out of Florida to the West Coast, and also from New York down to the Caribbean. I think they also have a few markets. I honestly. The plan is probably to make Spirit go away, if we look at what Southwest happened when they bought AirTran, and they integrated AirTran and pretty much sold their planes to Delta, or got rid of the got rid of the planes and got rid of the company and the brand. So I don't know if that's the plan with Spirit as well. I think that at the end of the day, Spirit has a place in the market that we have. I think that getting rid of Spirit is something that's not good for fares, especially now that fares are through the roof. I think that Spirit is a great disruptor. I think Spirit is on time. They have a great on-time performance. They have the big front seat, which is a first-class seat with no service. You have to pay for all your stuff, but you pay very little money for comfort in the front. And Frontier is, they have one class of service and a little bit more legroom in some rows and that kind of stuff, but it's literally just a low-cost carrier type of approach.
Well, I know Spirit has wanted to, really seems to favor Frontier, but apparently they've given both Frontier and JetBlue a look at all their books at the same time. Mm-hmm. JetBlue's offering more. JetBlue has offered a breakup fee of something over $300 million if it doesn't work out. So I have no opinion on which merger would be better. Do you?
No, I don't have an opinion on that. I think we're done with airline mergers for America. It's like we are the most protected market in the world, or one of the most protected markets in the world. There's no competition here to speak of. We have monstrous airlines with billions of dollars of profits in since they've been restructured through Chapter 11 and making the before the pandemic and also after the pandemic, the profits are skyrocketing. With only kind of Southwest running an airline that is run in a sense that they are kind of been profitable and also has a clear concept. I think that airline mergers, it's enough with the airline mergers in America. We need competition. We need more carriers. We need more creativity. We don't need more mega companies to take away benefits and make air travel worse and less comfortable and less profitable, and lots of no consumer protection in America. If there's a delay, if you get treated like crap, there's no regulations like they have in Europe. So I say no to mergers. I'm not a big fan of mergers at all. We've had enough mergers. We had American and U.S. Airways. We had United and Continental and American and
Delta and Northwest
and Delta and Northwest. I think that it's enough already. I think we need more carriers. In Europe, there are 30, 40 carriers in Europe that compete against each other with the same size of market, but with less geographical area. And I think that in North America, we have a handful. I think that we need more people, and we need to stop protecting this market also. If Emirates wants to come in here and fly, if anybody within parameters, it could be contract, unions and all that stuff. But if somebody wants to start to fly domestically, look at Virgin America. Virgin America tried to come in here and make a good product and make an awesome offering, and they were not allowed. The foreigners were not allowed to own more than 1/3 of the company. It's not free competition. We need more free competition and not less mergers. Is my humble opinion about it.
All right, you still have time to buy a few shares of Frontier and go to. And go to their annual meeting and stand up at the microphone and give them the old Tommy Danielson routine.
Right. I think that, we're going to have people here from all the airlines, or if not for most of the airlines here sitting in this room tomorrow. They're going to be sitting here right here and talking about loyalty programs and all that kind of stuff. So opinions are good, and many of them will be discussed here tomorrow. We're looking forward to that.
Good. We'll have a great time, and I'll talk to you when we next talk.
Thanks, everybody, for dialing in. Thank you, Rudy. And we'll see you guys. We'll try to make a little live broadcast and maybe get a couple of airline executives to come online with us tomorrow morning.
Perfect. All right. Talk to you later.
Cheers. Thanks,
Bye-bye.
everybody.